So this is planning application consultation deadline falls before the next scheduled meeting of planning amenities committee. The application will be circulated to all committee members by email. Members will be given a specified deadline to respond, where responses are received from at least 3 members quorum and a clear majority view is established. This will be used to inform a decision made under delegated authority by the clerk in consultation with the chair or vice chair. All decisions made under this delegation were reported to the next planning and amenities committee meeting. Any comments?
I'll typically support that because it would make life so much easier.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a good idea in future to move the week that we do planning, because I've noticed that the majority of the applications come to us in bulk loads on the last week and a half of the month. So it looks like the planning department in SMBC work a lot more hours on that month, so it might be worth switching our meetings so we can take on more.
Could we put links on the website so that as soon as they come up that people could view them? About planning, just about planning.
About the planning for each one. I mean, we could start off at the minute, because there is still backlog of work, just putting a link to the portal, so they can get to the portal easier if they don't know where to go to, and then we can work on that.
Probably doesn't work.
Planning is next door to them. You know, thinking of a parishioner's point of view.
I think that we got some backup this year and the last day. No, I can't go. Previous one, so we got up to date and we're getting very soon out to date. And then obviously, just the way at the moment, you know. They keep a holiday there now to keep the telephone board and email them.
I mean, just for what I'm concerned, it's just 3 members will do, because obviously we get such a small planning team. It seems that, you know, to make the decision and pass on, we've got more people than there are actually sitting in the committee. And they, you know, you could be stopped in a sense. Which is nonsense.
The word absence is noted, although were people absent today, didn't turn up apologies. And that's difficult.
I think it's not you, it's something. And what we are presumably about the movement of the meeting. If you wish to show it, as a result.
I think we carry on with this. As long as the problem is anybody reading, and then this, we should be working on that issue, so we should apply. But at the moment, you know, depending on everything we look at it.
So, did you want another change?
Just the opportunity.
We'll be discussing all over the meeting.
Then you can take that into consideration when
Yeah.
you try and think. Okay, so I propose that just go through and then
So, just speak up a bit. Can't hear you.
Sorry, yes, so Councillor Harvey was just saying that he wants it looking at changing the date potentially of the meeting, and I just said at the annual meeting next month we'll be signing up the full calendar of meetings, so it can be looked at for the next following year. So, show of hands. Okay, item 11, utilities obviously we've had then the utilities contract didn't stay the same. I looked last night and it's actually now less a month than what I originally quoted, but only for 12 months. So it just keeps changing. I didn't want to just go ahead because obviously I don't have that authority. The proposal was a quoted amount, so I've had to bring it back to table. So the proposal on the table at the minute we need to discuss is to delegate authority to the clerk to transfer both electric and gas supplies for the community centre and craft centre to Openness Energy and the most suitable fixed term contract available at the time of agreement. Any comments?
Is there no limit?
Sorry?
Should there be a limit on it, you know, for the duration of the contract? Or?
Well,
Quite happy, I'm just saying you don't need to have it.
you don't have to unless you want something put in it.
Okay, no, nobody else will.
I think the deal on the cost and the length of the fixed term contract can vary, and in your trawling, I think, you know, financially astute as you are, you've got to take the best deal. If it happens to be a lower price for 2 years, you bite the bullet if it goes up.
At the minute, electric is the only one you can get at 12 months and 18 months, but for 18 months it's actually more money, whereas gas are only offering 12 month deals. They're not offering 18 or 24 months.
I won't do now, will they?
Take the best deal that you can get on the day that you press the button.
If you've got to keep coming back and forwards to get,
You're going to miss
you're going to miss out on stuff.
I'll propose that you
I second.
delegate authority to the clerk.
Show of hands. Okay. Number 12, ballots. So previously agreed that ballots would be held for both the community centre car park and garages. Following a more recent proposal to hold a separate meeting regarding the garages, ballot for the garages has been deferred pending the outcome of that meeting. The ballot process for the community centre car park may now proceed. We've had 6 applications out of 10. So the proposals on the table are that 6 applicants be granted permits subject to receipt of payment, that the remaining 4 permits be allocated on a first come first served basis, and may be permitted to hold more than 1 permit per household, that all permits issued will remain valid until the annual assembly meeting in April 2027. So that last point is because I've realised that we've never actually put an official end date on it because we've never had a start date. So I just wanted to clear it up. Oh no, that's from residential
So with regard to those permits for vehicles, are they specific vehicles or could it be a 10-ton truck?
So we don't have the car exception. So for example, someone asked for it for a business purpose. As long as it's a roadworthy car or vehicle, then it's fine. You just can't be sawn off, basically.
No,
There's a full policy on it.
Someone could saw it for indefinite time. So are you saying then it could be any size?
It is fit in the car park, isn't it?
Does it say that in the terms and conditions?
I'll double check, but I don't really.
Like to find a circus in town trying to use a residence permit to set permits.
So the permits are given to the
I've got one.
person and it
Really
has to
good
show
friend.
on the dash.
But it's used by them.
Yeah.
I see. It's just a size I'm putting in.
I've got some of that. It's really tickly.
I can get that forward. So would you like an amendment that it is checked and if needed amended that the vehicle size?
Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay, so first of all, it's not,
Take up
So
one.
no HGV vehicles.
yeah, no HGVs. Have I got a proposer for that?
Yeah, I propose that.
Yeah. And seconder? Okay. So we'll do a show of hands for that, and then if that's not unanimous, then we'll go back to the original proposal. So show of hands. Okay. So that has been moved. Okay. Item 13. Well
What
done.
about the garages?
The garages are being dealt with after the election. Okay, so item 13, well dressing. So Councillor Shaw and Harvey. I don't know who wants to speak on that.
Well, we made a start looking at the well, because you know the residents were keen to get a well blessing. And with Keith's help and the footpath team, we made progress in tidying it up and found steps. It was a bit like a time team did, where we kept uncovering things. There's still a bit more work to do, which I think Keith's team are looking at. We managed to find the original boards for the well, but we might have to look at them and utilise them in a different way. It seems as though there are different size boards that are made up that fit on from different things. So I think we were talking about looking at the brownies, rainbows, scouts, teddies, Hopedale House, Little Stars, and the church and the school, all to create boards to go on if we could. I think we were able to link this to the Open Garden Day on 20, yeah. We would need to get it in the booklet before the end of the month if we all agree to do that. That's okay, keep it out.
Can I ask to the trust, who owns the actual well? Is it part of the land?
I assume so, yes. It's not around, so.
Well, if I work on it, I can get permission.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Looks lovely. I think we'd like to make note that if we could look at a grass cut before that event, so that, you know, we can tie that in. And I was going to ask, Mr. Susan, if they were involved with the church, if anybody wanted like a church service down there, a blessing, or whatever, if we could look into that, if that's something that you're interested in doing.
Reverend Henry may be able to do it, but I actually spoke to Arthur Yarding when we came out.
Yeah, Arthur's been
Yeah,
really talented,
and he
yeah.
said he's got the contact details with the people who used it. It's a husband and wife who are preachers of some description, and they are, he's sure, if Henry is not in a position to do a service down there, then they would.
Yeah.
They were the ones that did it previously.
Yeah. So I think we're looking for some money towards boards. I think Keith came up with a really good idea at the reverse of the well, that you drive past it and you don't actually realise what it is on the roadside. So Keith, do you want to discuss that side too? Not really.
Sorry.
Do you want to discuss the reverse side of the well or idea? The reverse.
The roadside.
The road. So when
Oh,
people
that's
come
fine,
in,
yeah. The thing about it is that the thing I'm getting asked already, and there is interest suddenly, is what is it? And what nobody is there. And if you look on the outside of the well, there's a lovely big wall that's dying to say,
Yeah,
visually well,
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Just so people coming, walking past, walks and walkers can have a look at it. It's a pity you can't drink the water. It would, I think, very nicely. With a nice, maybe a photograph of it.
I thought you were going to install that time.
You can install it,
Since it has been
but some sort of sign.
Is
Sorry,
it listed?
not as I'm aware.
No.
Historic, I don't, it's not only historic England.
I think if we look at it, Keith, and
Yeah.
see what else we can do around that. So the reason I like, we've got something here.
Yeah, well, we got a lower budget than possible. We've already got contributions in terms of materials and manpower, so we've got that. And we've got volunteers.
Have you got any idea how much is it?
Well, we said we'd start with £500, yeah, maybe. We probably won't need that much, but it just gives us something to work around.
Well, if you don't mind me saying that, I don't need £250. Oh, God.
Right, okay.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Chair, we can't donate because it like you're using your position. So if there are any donations, we have to ask for donations, and then anyone that wants to come forward, and
Well,
then
it's
we'll take
from the
it on.
community, now, what's wrong with that?
Oh,
I
God.
understand that, but the residents haven't been given the option to donate, so their name.
They already did.
Well, we would get honest donations.
So anyway,
Well, what we can do is amend the proposal to say a Facebook page will go out about donations, and then if you want to then donate, then that's
That's
how
absolutely
we do
fine.
it.
We'll do that, and then
Let's do it professionally.
and then
all right?
everyone that donates can be
Okay.
listed.
Thanks very much, that's right. Okay.
Any other comments?
Could we get sponsorship?
The only problem is we haven't got a sponsorship policy currently. It's on my planner to get sorted. Yeah, at the minute, because we haven't got a policy in place yet.
I think with what we found so far, with local contributions, which could, on this one, this year, if you want to make time of events.
Any other comments?
Yeah, I think we've got a few boards.
All things
Boards with new boards. Yeah, and the council coming tomorrow to look at the framework to see what we can do, and if we need to do them from that, then we will know how many more boards we will need. So that's why we're looking for somebody to make a start, because obviously we've got to give time for the people who want to do a board to have time to do it and get it to
Mm.
So,
because we're running short of time, aren't we, really?
Very.
I know there was one, I've looked at one that we've had today, because all the original boards have come back. There was Teddy's, Pilates, there's church bell ringers, there's all different sorts, so they just seem as though they do their own theme. So Teddy's was like a rainbow, Pilates was obviously somebody doing that. So it seems that whatever they were doing, subject was that. So if you want to theme, that's fine, we just need to know.
Community life.
Community life, yeah.
Community life, and then you can.
So we need to make some decisions.
So I advise the council, because of, sorry, everyone. So I advise the council, as the short notice, we can't delegate a budget to an individual councillor, we need to have them agree, because you just can't delegate to an individual councillor a budget. But what you could do is propose that Councillor Shaw Harvey and another councillor have a budget of £500 spent up to sort all plans and carry on this project, because obviously we haven't got enough time to keep bringing it back to council,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we've only got one. So maybe if could formulate a full plan and give us an update at the next council.
You don't get the power.
Yeah.
Between them and
Is there anyone that wants to volunteer to join the group, so we've got the minimum of 3? Yeah?
No, you can
Is
pick it.
everyone okay
we
with
could do with somebody who lives close to.
Councillor Beardmore?
Yeah.
So, from what I'm hearing then, so the proposal on the table is to allow councillors Shaw, Harvey and on the well dressing to have the community spirit as, sorry, I'm writing as I'm saying, community spirit as the theme, and to have a dedicated budget of £500 to enable them to sort the boards out, and they will update it and the magazine booklet, and they'll update us at the next meeting on progress, ready to have it all complete for the garden open weekend. That sounds right, everyone? Yeah, so if you have a proposer, please don't ask me to read that out again.
I propose that, if you don't mind adding me as well, at the time I will do it. Occasionally, you know, you can get me some back to the person.
I'm sorry, I will put on Facebook about the donation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a second there. James. Okay, show hands for that, please.
You can't hear in this room, it's happened.
Are you ready?
Isn't enough soft furnishings.
Right, item 14, neighbourhood governance pack. So I attached a pack that was sent to me. I hope you've had time to read it. So there's various proposals on there, but some of them are for the larger councils, I would say. So the proposal on the table is for the clerk to write to the MP enclosing the motion as the template letter and requesting active lobbying on behalf of the parish council during the development of regulations under the EDCE bill. Now, I did speak at the branch meeting for clerks on this. One council haven't gone for it, another council have basically made their own letter up, and another one's just gone with the template. So there's various different things happening between councils, just so you're aware. Because I was trying to hopefully get what everyone else has done, but no one's kind of followed the same suit, so. Anyone want to add anything to this? Has anyone read it?
I mean, I think the template is perfect, and it, you know, with everything else that we've got going on, and the voice that needs to be heard on this, I think the template covers it all with it.
Yeah.
I think the disappointing thing was from the meeting we went with the champions.
The locality customer.
Locality champions, self-made locality champions, is that we all follow the same line of thought. If you look at, if you read it carefully, you won't do it.
It's all right, leave it.
Because it's exactly what the government went to ask. We won't answer to them. But I just feel that it needs something a little bit more personal from somewhere, rather from this council. I mean, you can add to that. I don't mean you should take the other one away, but we should add to it. We've got to take a personal interest, or we're just going to walk away. That's up to you. I mean, as it seems at the moment, with the number we turned out of interest, we're not interested. Just do what you like. So we either make a mind up we're going to be a part of it, and maybe write just something in support of what we're doing, what we want it to be closer to our thoughts.
Well, that's what this template letter is.
Okay. I've just felt that there isn't enough from this country. That's
There's
all.
enough personality
All
in
we do is
letter.
signing the letter that everybody else. It's the easiest thing to do. It's for each council to sign it. It's easy. It's not easy putting something together to say our council thinks this strongly, you know, if it's got any thoughts on it.
Do you want an amendment for you to put something together that's more personal?
I'm quite inclined. If it's wanted, if it's not wanted, or if it's not supported, it's a waste of time.
Okay, I'll look at that amendment.
But, question is, are we interested? Really?
So the amendment on the table is that we write to the MP, enclosing the motion requesting active lobbying, but make the template letter more personal, which Councillor Harvey will try and do in connection with that. So for that amendment, is there a proposer and second?
I'll put the,
Who's seconded it?
I second my own motion, that's interesting. Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Well, do you want that?
Well, I'll wait and see if there's a vote. There'll be a vote in a second. It might have to vote.
So, can we have a show of hands for that first, and then if not, we'll go back to the original proposal of the template. So, show of hands for the amendment.
Oh, what's that? Yeah. So there's
Okay,
only
and
two.
against?
That's it. Three. Oh, thank you.
Okay. So, going back to the original proposal of using the template one, have we got a proposer?
I'll propose that.
Second that? And a show of hands for that. Yeah, okay, so that impacts the and I'll get that over to Karen. Okay, number 15, cutting of trees. Councillor Harvey, any trees?
I have a house next to our woods or woodland. Here past 38, you can between the red line and the boat. I won't give you the address, I'll just tell you what's happened. They decided to improve their view over surrounding area by cutting down all the trees in their garden and some of the surrounding trees just outside their garden and dumping them all in the woods, which to me is blighted. I've approached the persons concerned, told them if they didn't want me to report it to the authorities, we'll give the council will give them a month. And they didn't have the right for us to do something. I gave them a month to move the material. I'm talking a lot of material. They haven't moved it. This is on this here to say what are the next steps. It's happened before. We sent last time. We sent a letter to everybody in very particular road, explaining that they shouldn't do it. And if they would do it, we'd take them to court and all the rest of it. I can't remember what they had to say exactly. But that's all we've done. They know that it costs money to take them to court, as big councils know as well. But if we want to keep this place tidy and looking a little bit decent, I mean, our men spend a lot of time in the winter cleaning and tidying because obviously we've got birds and everything in the summer, so we have to work in the winter. And they just chuck this stuff into the woods. It's a sight. So we either do something about it or we
what about stop removal? Did you contact the stop removal?
I haven't contacted anybody. I've contacted the owner of the property, asked Clark sent me a letter, explaining the situation, which gave them time. She was very nice about it. They've even grown some plants in the area around their house, which are very nice, which they've donated. There's a square of grass into where they live. But this is a mess.
Can I just ask, are they residential people that you're talking about, just houses?
Are they residential? Yes.
Yeah, they are residents of the parish then,
Yes.
who've committed a crime.
They certainly are a resident of the country.
So you've been pleasant enough to give them time to rectify by...
Yes, all I asked them to do was to make sure the material is removed.
And they haven't.
No.
We've spoken to you about it.
I haven't done anything else since
And
because
have they spoken to
I have
you?
no action I can take.
Well, you have, but...
Well, yes, I don't have an action until I leave the authority.
How many trees?
Doesn't it sound right? But it's not a tree.
So it's
It's
valid.
it's a tree that's been chopped.
Well,
several
it's valid
times.
illegally, so Forestry Commission you could approach.
No idea
done,
I've not heard that.
if they've done an amount,
Yeah.
they need a planning licence.
Some of it's in their own ground.
Was it their own
Sorry, one councillor and sorry, I'm going to catch on.
Yeah, we need to put rounds up before you talk.
No. Councillor.
I mean, I was actually going to say there is a new agricultural officer at Staffordshire Moorlands
It is,
District Council, Steve
Oh, that's how
Massey.
it is.
Okay, so
If I may
one
finish.
councillor.
Steve Massey has retired, but firstly in conjunction with tree felling, but those trees might have tree preservation orders on. And the question should be asked first, because if they have, then there is a very strong, or a much stronger argument that can be progressed. It's something like 10 grand a time.
Yeah, when I went down to, when I actually a few trees, even oak trees don't necessarily have a preservation order on it, depends on where the cubic area they take up. If you don't take up over that cubic area, you can file. But I'm not saying dumping them and cutting trees that were into his property is the same thing.
A lot of the trees on their property, they just chuck it out of their garden. Because I offered to chuck it back in their garden. If they were happy about it.
Don't make progress.
I just wondered, when you say so whose land is it now on?
Ours.
When you say ours, you mean?
We own that property.
You mean you
We own the
personally?
woods.
Yeah, so, I see. So it's on your land?
No.
Council.
It's the council.
Yeah.
It was donated.
So it's on your land, it's public land then, when you say?
Yes, I'm sure it's on the council. When
No,
the
it's
state
got that
built-
council.
Therefore, councillor, I'm sorry,
Rogers.
Rogers, Poynton's valid.
Yeah, yeah.
Where is this land that we own? Please.
The land in question, which wooded area are you talking about?
On the, it's between the red line and the
Which
red
red
line.
Oh,
Red
right on the
line.
road.
Check-
Across
check-
Rain
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to walk past the red line.
You mean
Through the
the
wood.
old big footpath on the top side of the canal?
Yeah, no.
Right, that comes out and past Review Terrace.
Yeah.
Got it. Right.
Okay, so has anyone got anything they want to put forward for next steps?
I think what we've seen.
Agricultural officer.
Should that be done as an asset then?
He's very prompt as well.
Yes, I think it was said somewhere.
Okay, so I think the proposal on the table then is
Oh, we've got to do that.
for an email to be sent to the agricultural officer at Staffordshire Moorlands to start getting this addressed. I've got a proposal for that.
I'll propose that.
Thank you.
Show of hands.
Oh, yes, sir.
So can you get those details?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Okay, item 16, facilitation of away day. So this was brought up before, unfortunately we put it on the back burner due to Malcolm unfortunately dying. So, and also when we first spoke about it, Councillor Harvey said about facilitating the session and having it mediated. So I've gone away and got a quote from Support Staffordshire because we are members with them, so we get preferential rates and obviously they understand councils too. So that was a concern about getting it facilitated. So they've come back with a cost of £420 plus expenses. So just to go back over this away day for those that weren't here or can't remember, it was to have a clear air meeting to get across any tensions across the table, then to have a brainstorming session about where we want to go forward, barriers, and some training in the role of councillor. So it's 3 different parts. So the council is asked to consider whether to appoint an external facilitator of the parks lead in and choose suitable dates if they still want to go ahead with it. Any comments?
Can I make an alternative proposal that we defer this until after the elections and the full meeting in May, and it is something that we consider at the June Parish Council meeting?
I'll second that.
Okay, show of hands then, that's about the first and second there.
Review.
Deferring to June. Okay. So that goes ahead, so that'll be put onto June's meeting. Item 17, the annual council meeting, the annual parish meeting is scheduled for Tuesday the 26th of May at 7:30 PM at Cheddleton Community Centre, and the date of the next meeting is also the 26th of May, and it'll be approximately 8:15, depending on how long the previous meetings go on for. Okay, so I'm going to officially end the meeting there, and then if any residents want to ask questions, they can do so.
I just wanted to ask, where Councillor Harvey had mentioned these woods, are they not an asset? Shouldn't they be listed as an asset if you own them? You'd mentioned that the woods where these trees are being dumped, you'd said that those woods are owned by the parish council. Aren't they? Do they have to be listed as an asset or something then, if you own them? I don't
I don't think you've got a asset value on.
I don't.
They should be on the asset register if they're ours.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So any land is not of value, whether it's £1 or £1 million. You know, it's.
It will be part of the value of the land.
So is it on the asset list?
The asset list is on what's getting listed actually tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. I didn't realise. Not getting that muddled up with that bit of land that the parish council thought was theirs, but then it transpired. God, this was about 18 months ago. Members of the public came. Can you remember? Members.
It's where we declare Wilson Bash. So if you come out of the red line car park, turn left, there is a footpath field post.
Yeah.
Go left and you walk the top side of the cathedral.
Yeah.
Up and over, and there was an issue about 18 months ago where a fire engine access, because I raised it because of bad
Yeah.
at the end of Cheddleton Terrace.
Yeah.
And we didn't own that bit. We didn't own the
Yeah.
end of Cheddleton Terrace. It's
Yeah.
actually on the deeds of some of the properties and attached to the
Yeah.
water, there's a water
Yeah.
tower thing there.
Yeah.
Tower, but as I understood it, those woods actually are part of an asset for this.
Yeah.
But the access to them was what was in default, because you can't get, if somebody set a fire on there, you'd never get a fire.
Is this the same? There were two men who came that lived there, and they were almost like that they wanted to.
They wanted to buy the pigs.
It was something. I was going to say. I'm sure it was something to do. Right. Okay.
But that
Was that wasn't? But
we talked about buying.
right. Okay. I'm getting muddled up with a completely different. But ultimately, though, that bit that Councillor Harvey's on about, that should be on the asset list. I didn't realise it was parish council. Yeah. But it's still got to be listed, hasn't it, as an asset? Yeah. 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 Don't dump your trees then.